I think Threads is going to be one of the best apps for content creators and photographers in 2023. Okay, yes, I said it, but it's not because I'm trying to hop on some bandwagon or a new app just because everyone else is. Hear me out. I think we need to talk about what Threads is. Threads is a new social media app made by Meta, the same people who own Instagram and Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, and it's basically a copycat clone of Twitter. You could post photos, videos, text, you can share YouTube videos, share articles, basically everything you can do on Twitter, you could do on Threads. It was just released 2 days ago, and it does lack some features that Twitter has that it can't do. Like, for example, you can't DM people right now on Threads. You can on Twitter. There's also no polls, nothing like that. So if it's the exact same thing as Twitter, why is everyone raving about it? Why not just use Twitter? Well, Threads has something special to it. Threads connects directly into your Instagram. So when you first sign up or when you first download Threads, it asks if you want to sign in through your Instagram, and then it asks if you want to take all the information from your Instagram account and import it into Threads, like your Instagram name, your Instagram bio, even your picture profile or your profile picture. Once you set up your account, it basically imports your entire following list, and it asks if you want to follow all the same people you follow on Instagram on Threads. And this is what makes it so special, because those people who follow you on Instagram are going to end up following you on Threads, because it's as easy as just clicking a button. It's literally, I think it's called follow all. That way they can keep up to date with you on Instagram, but also on Threads. They don't have to search your name up and follow you again on this new social media platform like every other platform out there. Most people are clicking that follow all button because they don't want to find all of their friends again. And I think that's what people like about it. It's all seamlessly integrated. The same people who are going to follow you on Instagram are going to follow you on Threads. I think as creators, we all kind of think the same way. Like, we have 120,000 followers on TikTok. I just wish some of those would go over to YouTube, or some of those would go over to Instagram. This is a brand new social media platform, and you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about following your friends again. Everyone just comes over seamlessly. Like, I kid you not, I've had Twitter for probably like 8 years now. Mind you, I don't really post on it, but I have 45 followers on there. 45 followers on Twitter, and I've had it for, I don't know, I want to say like 8 years or something. Threads, I've had it for 2 days now. The first day I had about 7,000 followers, and now basically 2 days later, or like a day and a half later since I downloaded it, I now have 10.9. So 10.9 or 10,000, almost 11,000 people who follow me, and that's basically because they're coming from my Instagram and follow me on Threads. Now, because it's so new, right now there are no ads, no sponsored posts. It's just a true social media platform. A couple days ago, I did a poll on my Instagram story asking if Threads was something people liked, if it was another dumb Instagram feature that they keep coming out with. What are everyone's thoughts on Threads? And the overall consensus was pretty mixed. There was a lot of people that liked it, and there were a lot of people that didn't like it. A lot of people thought that it was just another dumb social media. But I think for creators, it's important for us to adapt. I don't think it matters how dumb a social media platform is. We all thought TikTok was pretty dumb. Everyone dancing on there, and nobody really downloaded the app because they thought that's what it was. And now TikTok is like the top social media app or platform. Everyone is trying to get on it, and short form content has basically taken over everything. So all these people that came late to TikTok ended up missing out. There are some of my friends who joined TikTok late, have been posting for a year consistently, and they still haven't grown like people were growing when TikTok was first blowing up. So for my content creators out there, it doesn't matter how dumb this app is, or if you think it's another stupid Instagram feature or social media app that they came out with, give it a try. Try it for yourself, at least get on there, or else you're gonna be joining late to the party 2-3 years later when it's like already been blown up, and then you're gonna come late to it, and you're not gonna be growing the same as those people, or you're not gonna have the same engagement as the people who joined from the beginning. So what do I think about it? Why do I think it's gonna be the best app for photographers and content creators? Well, the first one is you can be more engaging with your audience and your community. So currently, the only time I really engage with my community is if I'm posting an Instagram post, if I'm posting an Instagram reel, even for YouTube, if I'm posting a YouTube video. And even then, it's not really a conversation, it's more a formalized video of what I want to talk about. Probably the only time I'm actually having a conversation with my audience and with my community is through Instagram stories. And even then, it's kind of like a one-way street. Like, I can post and say whatever I want, but they can't really come back to me unless it's through an Instagram direct message, which I never see them, or I put like a poll or I put a questions box on my Instagram story and they can answer my question through the questions box. And even there's no community conversation happening there because the questions are all private. Someone asks me a question, it's private. Nobody can see that unless I make a story reply, but then nobody knows it's like an anonymous question. So it's kind of a one-way street. But on Threads, it's different. For example, this morning I posted a thread just because I wanted to see work from other creatives. So I posted a thread. It says, where are you from? It's like questions. Where are you from? What type of photography do you shoot? What do you currently shoot on? Favorite lens, and post your favorite photo. And I had all these people that commented or replied back to the thread, and they were sharing their amazing work on the thread, and they were telling me a little bit about themselves because they were telling me what camera they shoot with, where they're from, all this type of stuff. So I get to see all this cool artwork. And this type of content you don't really see on Instagram. And the cool thing is, everybody that replied back to my thread posting their work, other people can see that thread and see their work and follow those people. So it's like a huge community. I think it's also just a different type of content. It's another way to speak to your audience and speak to your community and kind of show a more personal side of you, other than always curating content just to post to say what you want to say on other platforms. I think it's a place where creatives can be a little less professional, a little less polished, and just do whatever they want and say whatever they want. Now, on the topic about photographers and creatives, this app is actually really good the way it handles photo posts, video posts, and all of that. So on Instagram, you have to post at the aspect ratio of 4:5. You're kind of limited to that 4:5 aspect ratio. But on Threads, it's different. You can post whatever photo size aspect ratio you want. It can be a landscape photo, it can be a vertical photo, at whatever aspect ratio you want, because it's going to scale down your image anyway, and then when people click on it, it will full screen it. And I think photos just look really cool on here. You can post carousels, and you can actually tell that this photo is cropped 4:5, but this photo isn't. But it doesn't matter. I can still post both of them. And when you post a carousel, it doesn't have to be just portrait photos. You can post portrait and landscape photos in the same carousel, and they still look really, really cool. Now, one thing I noticed when I was posting photos on here is that there's not much compression. Like, the photos look super high quality. It doesn't look like they're compressed in any way. Now, I haven't tested videos on here yet, but from what I'm seeing, videos look really good. And actually, one of my friends tested out posting a video on Twitter and posting a video on Threads, and he said that Twitter absolutely demolished that video. So for my creatives out there, this is huge. It means you don't have to think about what aspect ratio you want to crop your photos at. You don't have to think about what export settings to use on your photos and your videos to make sure that when you post it to Threads, it's high quality, like we do with all these other platforms. You don't have to think about this. Now, another thing I really like about this app is that there's no view counts when it comes to video. There's something psychological about view counts and videos, and there are studies that show this, and it's here on YouTube, it's here on TikTok, that when someone's scrolling through your videos or scrolling through videos, let's say the homepage of YouTube or the search results of YouTube, when you see a video that has 2 million views, you're more likely to click on it than a video that has 30 views. So I like that Threads completely eliminated that. That way people are watching your videos for what they are and not just because it had 1 million views. I also really like the homepage and the algorithm because it's showing me photos and content I want to see. It's work from other photographers and other creatives. And it's so easy for creatives to share other creatives' posts or their work, which makes it super cool, something you can't do on Instagram unless you're sharing it to like your story. Now I have to talk about the bad and the ugly of this app because I've already seen a lot of people talking about it, and that's that this app is very addicting. I've already seen so many people talking about how addictive this app is and how addicted they are to this app, and they're not even saying it because it's a joke. The first day after this app was released, like as soon as I woke up in the morning, Threads was the first app I checked, and I stayed on it for about an hour, 2 hours maybe. And throughout the day, I kept checking it, I kept posting on it, and there was something about it where I felt like I can literally post every minute on it. Whereas platforms like Instagram, everybody kind of already knows that if you're posting more than one post a day, you can start to get kind of annoying. But because this is text and not photos and videos, it's way easier to post a lot more than it is if you're posting photos and videos. And notifications is definitely one of the main reasons why people are getting addicted to it. I know I started feeling like I have to check the app just because I was getting so many notifications. So I actually had to go through my settings, go to my notification settings on the Threads app, and limit the amount of notifications that were coming through, because every time my phone vibrated, like, I kid you not, I've never seen so many notifications on any social media app. I was getting like notification after notification, like a million notifications on my phone, that every time I saw those pop up, it just kept trying to pull me in to click on the app again. So I had to go to my notifications and basically go through and turn every single notification off, like likes, followers, everything like that, other than things like mentions and replies, because those I actually want to see. Overall, I think this is a great app. I think it's a good place to be yourself, be a little bit less of a polished up version of yourself, a place where you could talk and engage more with your community and your audience, and a good place to share your photos and videos and your work with other people. So what are your thoughts on Threads? Drop them down below. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button to see more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.